This is a cycle of a business. I'm gonna take one little idea and I'm gonna turn it into a business. $80,000 a year to go to Stanford, Harvard, MIT, or Yale and never learn this process. This is a true story. I'm gonna write the Millionaire booklet. Watch what I do. I'm driving home from downtown Miami. It was a charity event and I gave some money to help this charity that night. And I'm driving home and Elena's like, I'm so proud of you, Grant. You did such a good thing tonight. I get home and I'm like, I'm gonna write a book tonight, How to Become a Millionaire. Most of you would sit down and start writing the book. What I did next was write an offer. I'm like, okay, this book is gonna be $19.95. I'm gonna sell it for $9.95. It's gonna be a pre-order. I'm literally calling Sherry at midnight. Give me a landing site right now. We're gonna call it the Millionaire Book. And Sherry's like, you can't write a book. You're under contract with Penguin Random right now, and they get your next book. I said, did we agree to a book or a booklet? She's like, a book. I said, good. Don't call it the Millionaire Book. Call it the Millionaire Booklet. Okay, if that don't work, we'll call it the Millionaire Pamphlet. Okay, let them sue me later.
Need motivation?
Watch a top 10 with Believe Nation.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because the thing that saved me as an entrepreneur was watching the stories of other successful entrepreneurs, and I learned from their advice, I learned from their motivation, and honestly, I have no idea where I would be if I didn't have those videos to inspire me. I still need them for myself today too, and I hope that they can inspire you as well. So today, let's learn from one of the best, Grant Cardone, and my take on his top 10 rules of success. Enjoy.
In the mind says, oh, I'm gonna write a book, and you wanna think you need to finish a product. I don't think I need to finish a product. I need to start selling books, okay? Now I need to market this book. Well, Grant, the book's not finished right now. Okay, ain't nobody coming to your house at 12:30 at night to get the book. I start advertising, I got a book! See, you guys won't do that. You're like, but I don't have a book. I got a book! I got time. Nobody expects to get the book in an instant. I had a landing page up. See this landing page? We added the video the next day. So idea, offer, market. Notice I haven't written anything. Now I'm gonna sell it, I'm gonna close. The fifth step will be to deliver a service. So what am I gonna do here? Right here, you gotta write your book, okay? I have this idea at 11 o'clock at night. At 11:20, I think we got our first order, 20 minutes after it. And then I go online and say, hey guys, if you could help me translate my new book into Arabic, Hebrew, can you please do this for me? And I'll give you credit for the translation. 38 languages in 30 days, and I paid a whopping $0. More importantly, I got the word out on this new book. Now I gotta write the book. By 1 o'clock in the morning, 1 a.m., the book was finished. Now you're like, man, how do you write a book so fast? Because I was selling books fast. Honesty, integrity, and ethics, they have power. I commit to people by accepting their money. The moment people start giving me money, I'm like, oh, I gotta deliver now. If you're a good person, you should have good things coming your way. If you don't have good things coming your way and you're a good person, that's because something in your business cycle is broken.
Rule number 2 is invest in real estate.
How can I own real estate, control real estate, use the cash I have in the bank to buy a piece of real estate, and have enough tenants pay me a check every month? I didn't do it the way my uncle did it. My uncle did it one house at a time. I did it 100 units at a time. My first deal was 38 units. My second deal was 48 units. My third deal was 90 units. Now we don't even look at deals that size. That size. We look at deals 400 units, 500 units. Now why am I telling you this, and what should you take away from this? Okay, my first real estate deal was one house. I bought one house, I rented it, and as soon as they moved out, I had problems. I had to sell the house, just like my mom had to sell the house. So the first thing I want you to know is this: not all real estate makes you money. This piece of real estate right here, this guy paid 19 million, maybe 20 million bucks to build this house. He's gonna sell it for $16 million, okay? I come here, I abuse the damn place for 2 or 3 weeks, pay the guy 150 or 300 grand for 2 weeks or 3 weeks that we stay here, and I walk away, okay? He gets income from one person or 8 people a year, 8 people, 9 people, maybe 10 people a year, maybe 12 people. Maybe he rents it every week, but he won't do that every year, because if it doesn't snow, he won't rent it. Don't buy single family homes. When somebody's not in it, you gotta make the paycheck. You gotta pay the check, okay? When I buy 100 units or 40 units or 30 units, okay? My first deal was 38 units. I never had less than 34 of those 38 units rented. Never did I have less than 34 out of the 38 units rented, which was enough money to pay the note at the bank, to pay for the roof to be fixed, to pay the paint, the tenants, termites, the toilets, the classified ads, the problems. My mama told me one day, she's like, you don't want to get in real estate, people are going to be calling you at midnight. I'm like, I wish somebody would call me. I've been busting my ass my whole damn life so somebody would call me. God damn, if somebody would call me, that means they're paying me or they want to pay me. So, what you going to do? See, your parents have half of everything right. If they're millionaires, they got half of the equation right. They got just enough money now to say, hey, I made a bunch of money, I took care of my kids, I got them a college degree, we got a nice house, and if I get a divorce, it's gonna cost me half. That's all a millionaire is. Nobody tells you that though. Nobody tells you that. Look, if you want real freedom, that's what my dad wanted to provide my mom, real freedom, and he never got there. Because the week after my dad died, my mom had to sell that house. That is not freedom. There was no debt on the house, except for the debt that the government puts on every piece of property in America, property taxes. Okay, and if you can't pay the property taxes, if you can't pay for the landscaping, if you can't pay to have the lawn mowed, the snow to be picked up and moved, okay, the paint to be fixed, the cedar shake that's gonna fall off this place, the roof that's gonna get damaged over some period of time, if you can't fix all that, it's coming out of your pocket, you're gonna be worried when you go to sleep at night. That's why I buy apartments and office buildings, because they provide income from multiple tenants at one piece of property. It could be 100 units, 200 units, 500 units. The bigger, the more units, the more protection you get, okay? Listen to what I'm telling you. That's one unit. Big, nice, big ass, badass house, right? Beautiful? Okay, I'm gonna give them 200 grand, 300 grand. I'm gonna walk away from this place, okay? That one section of the roof over there could cost him 300 grand 1 year. And it will, by the way. That roof will not last forever. It's got a 25-year life. He's got plumbing issues here. He's got electrical, heating in the floors. Okay, you know the bridge is gonna be a problem. We got water fountains, swimming pools. That swimming pool's been at 106 degrees since I got here. I'm like, crank that bad boy all the way up. Who do you think's paying the utility bill here? Not me. So look, not all real estate makes you money. The real estate that makes you money is the real estate that produces income every month. Positive cash flow. Cash flow is the holy grail. The holy grail of all finance is cash flow.
Rule number 3 is focus on making money.
A lot of people watch our videos. They aspire to assets, properties, yachts like this.
And they should.
What would be some of the advice that you would give them?
What I would recommend to people is, like, number one, lock in that success is important and finances are vital. Like, you need money, and you need a lot of money. Number one, you need, whatever you think about money, you're wrong. And I'm telling you you're wrong because you ain't ever had any money or been around anybody with any money, so you shouldn't be making any decisions about money. It's crazy to me how many people make decisions about money and never had any, and never had anybody around them that had any money. So most of the people that say money won't make you happy and it won't do this and it won't do that, I'm like, you don't know anything about money. You should just have a clean slate and say, I don't know anything about money. So money's important. Number two, don't lose money. You need to invest in shit that's guaranteed to make you money. Once you earn it, man, take it and use it for something that will make you more money. Don't keep it, don't save it, don't IRA it, don't 401k it. Don't go buy Gucci and crime shoes. Don't do any of that bullshit in the beginning, okay?
Crime shoes are a good investment.
Yeah, no, it's a terrible investment. You need in the beginning, right? You need money. You don't want to save even 3 months of money. I would not save that old bullshit about save for a rainy day. You need a 90-day reserve. I wouldn't do any of that. If I was starting over today, I would go out and earn money. I would take all the money, invest in something that paid me a little drip. And I'd go out and earn some more money, throw it in another deal, pays me a drip. I'm not talking about stocks. I want to convert paper to an asset that's worth more than paper.
Has the cash flow.
And so most of these companies, I mean, we're going to look at a third of the companies on the entire stock exchange are zombie companies that will never produce income ever, and they're worth billions of dollars. They're garbage, and they're going to go into the dumper. And a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money gambling on this bullshit. So that's what I would tell you, man. Money's important. Number two, don't lose it. Once you get it, use it. You'll lose it if you don't use it. Saving money is a crazy, stupid game. You'll never get wealthy doing that. And the third thing is surround yourself with great people that are actually moving towards these same things, that are interested in money and wealth.
Rule number 4 is inspire others.
Don't try to. I'm done trying to impress anybody. But I do want to inspire people. I want to inspire you. So it's been my mission. My mission has been, like, if I make it one day, I'm gonna show you guys behind the scenes. You get to see my wife, my kids, how we conduct ourselves, when we go on trips, when I'm on business, when I'm at home. I wanna show people what it's like to make it, okay? I'm not showing you all the cars and stuff and the planes and to like say, look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm saying, hey man, nobody does this. This is my strategic, literally my mission. My strategic mission is to show you everyday people, whether you live in Africa or America, Venezuela, or you live in Venice Beach, California, okay? Look, there's broke people in both those places. There's hopeful people in both those places. Men, women, kids, I don't care your age, your sex, your sexual preferences, you're doing drugs, not doing drugs, you believe in them or not, you're a Republican, a Democrat, you're a capitalist or a communist. My mission is not political. My mission is to like help people see that what is possible.
Also, to make sure you're actually taking action after watching this video, I've designed a special free worksheet just for this video. The worksheet will highlight all of the lessons learned in this video, as well as pull out our 3 favorite learnings and quotes that will inspire you to actually do something. The worksheet will also give you space to write down what your key takeaways are and your specific plan of action to make sure you're getting results. If you want the worksheet designed specifically for this video, absolutely for free, there's a link in the description below. Go click on it and start building the momentum in your life and your business. I'll see you there. Rule number 5 is take care of yourself.
A lot of you have been asking me about my workout regimen. Some of you may or may not know, but 2 years ago I couldn't do a push-up. I wasn't in terrible shape, but man, my body was starting to hurt. You know, I'm 63 years old, so there's no way you can hold on to it without doing the work. And when I was a kid, I was, for whatever reason, my metabolism, genetics, whatever, I was never, I could just pick it up quick. I was physically fairly strong, but, you know, sharp muscles, and they would respond really quickly. And then I started believing I could get away with that. And then you start hitting 40, 45, and 50. It's just no way. So what I did today, you just saw my morning, basically my routine. I changed it up a little bit. I'm in my recovery room right now. This is a magnet. I'll post some of the things that it does and some of the benefits of it. But basically what you saw me do is finish my workout. I spent 8 minutes on this magnet. It's basically an electronic magnet that separates the cells in the body and gets everything where it's supposed to be. It's like oxygenating all my cells. Then I'll go to the egg over here, the sauna. And by the way, any of you that want any of these products, let me know. I represent all of them. That is a Hyper Pro. It is a 30-minute sauna. It heats to 194 degrees. Corona cannot live, if Corona's even real, Corona cannot live at 140. And that sauna, see, what a place to relax, man. Amazing. So I'll spend 30 minutes in that. I'll spend 30 minutes in the sauna, and then I'll do 20 minutes in the infrared bed. This is a Mac Daddy right here. This bed right here is $28,000. This bed here is, I don't know, if you can even get one, it's 100. And it's the best in the world, 80,000 lights, invisible lighting, like it is fantastic for immunity. Runs off of a pad over here, so I can pull up everything from inflammation, joint pain, recovery, anti-aging, sleep, immunity, energy, soft tissue recovery. So these are 3 things I do every day.
Rule number 6 is study recession.
One thing I was going to say, Brian, and granted, is I know coming up, you talked earlier about the recession, Grant. I know, Brian, our followers and audience are just avid about taking action. That's one thing that's great and that's something you teach, Brian. Let's take action. So Grant, maybe you guys both talk a little bit about the upcoming challenge you're doing, which I love. One of the topics is really how to thrive during challenges and recession. Some of the things you're going to be teaching, because I think it's so important. Everybody that's following you, Brian, all of our subs, they really need to get involved in this because it's some really good stuff. From what I heard Grant talking about this a few months ago. Grant, you want to talk a little bit about what? Yeah, go ahead.
I would just say, like, if you guys agree with my statement about, sometimes the truth is a painful pill to take. And as much as the truth might hurt, folks, we have $13 trillion worth of debt in this country that was taken on in the last 2 years.
Oh, wow.
This is more debt than we printed almost 80% of all the US dollars in circulation.
Yeah.
Happened in the last 36 months. Now you're like, okay, well, what does that mean? It means you should have got a pay raise. If you didn't get a pay raise, you did not get a part of the print, which means your hustle's off. Inflation, Warren Buffett says inflation it's the most misunderstood concept in the world. And most people, when they hear the word inflation, they get scared. But the truth is your assets should have gone up in value. The things that you own should have gone up in value. If you have wealth already, you should embrace inflation. If you don't have wealth, then you have to be like, okay, I got to start getting some assets because they benefit from inflation.
Yes.
And you don't need money to buy assets, but you do need a strategy and you need a commitment, a target.
Yeah.
So like my little company, last year, we did $145 million in internet sales in a 12-month period.
Wow.
Like I don't even have an inventory. I don't have inventories. Like I built this out of recessions to become unbreakable because I've been broke so many times that I'm like, I don't want to keep going backwards. Like I can't keep going backwards. I got to figure out there's something I don't know and don't understand. So I had 401ks, IRAs. I had a house paid for. I got rid of all that in 2008. Sold the house. Converted the money out of the house and my IRA accounts to start making investments. And I quit playing by the house rules, Brian, that you and I were brought up on. Save your money, 90-day reserves, buy a house, pay it off. I'm like, no, I'm investing all this money in me. I'm going to invest in our customers and I'm going to invest in my expansion. And so I would just tell everybody right here, Eric, based on your question, you guys need to reassess what's an asset and what's a liability right now.
Right.
Okay. And because the game is changing radically in a way that you have time to really challenge everything you've been told by Wall Street and by your education and by your friends and family.
Yes.
Because a house is not going to make you money. No. It's never going to make you money. Houses are not built to make money. And saving money in a bank helps the bank, but it doesn't help you. And saving money in IRAs and 401ks helps Wall Street, but it doesn't help you. Notice who's getting wealthier, the banks and Wall Street, not individuals.
Rule number 7 is learn the sales game.
You want to do something in life, you got to learn the sales game. I know some of you might be turning this off right now. You're like, I don't want to know anything about sales. But before you turn it off, understand this. Today I own about $750 million worth of real estate. Not all of it looks like this. I've had homes and real estate in California, Arizona, La Jolla, Los Angeles, Austin, Texas, Alabama, Houston, Texas. Let's see, where else have I owned stuff? I own about 5,000 apartments right now. And I'm going to share something, and I'm going to give you the link below here so that you can go grab this data. I've written 7 books, 19 best-selling audio programs, an online platform that's over 30 million people have used and tested out on. Companies have paid me hundreds of millions of dollars to teach their teams. And I'm telling you all that to tell you this. There's one thing in my entire life that I did to accomplish everything that I have today, including my wife and my kids and my free time, all that stuff started because I learned how to sell. I learned how to sell. I learned how to do something, and by the way, that I didn't like to do. I didn't like the sales game, didn't like the rejection, wasn't comfortable talking to people. Not really that comfortable doing this video right now, but I'm willing to. Why? Okay. So there's two parts of this. One, you got to learn the sales game at some point. I don't care what you do. You want to write a book, you want to write a movie, you want to sell a movie, you want to sell music, you want to get people to pick you up, you want to be a celebrity, you want to be a DJ, a plumber, contractor, dentist. You got to learn how to sell, period.
Rule number 8 is acquire assets.
My initial target in my life has been to work hard and invest in assets that provide me with passive income, that protect my capital, provide me with tax write-offs, passive income, and mostly to not be in fear about my money. These assets that we're buying today, like this Heights collection, you can't destroy it. You can't get rid of it. You can't burn it down. You can't earthquake it. You can't hurricane it. It's going to be there. These properties and all the other properties that I bought. Look at this. We bought this last year, Altis Boca, $165 million asset. Our Bass property in Fort Lauderdale. We're making a big bets on Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and Houston. That deal was $108 million during COVID. We bought it distressed for $98 million, a great deal. This property right here, I just closed on this. This is in Boca Raton, 230 units. I wanted this so bad. It was a quick close, distressed sale, off market. I wrote a check for $69 million for that property. If you guys are 35 years old, 45 years old, 55, 65, even 75 years old, I'm telling you, get your money out of the market, quit gambling. Okay, the ETFs are a gamble. Listen, the ETFs are a gamble. You think they're safe, but they're not. The mutual funds are at risk. You think they're safe, but I'm telling you they're not. What's safe is real assets.
Rule number 9 is be unbreakable.
We're coming into probably what I believe in our lifetime, Brian, you and I, this will be the biggest recession of our lifetime.
You reckon?
Bigger than 2008. And because it's an institutional level this time. It's not a bunch of people that took mortgages out on homes. That's not where the problem is. The problem this time is with the biggest players in the world. So what I was saying was like, hey, so we started planning this, Eric. I think I talked to you about it back in June. And here we are now. We called it unbreakable because we want to put people and their households in a position where they're unbreakable.
Yes.
And the thing about unbreakable is this, okay? You cannot be unbreakable without money and real assets. Now, I know this money topic, sometimes people skirt around it and they don't talk about it, but I've become famous and infamous for telling people you need more money. You know, Brian, you've written, I don't know, 90 books or something, right? Most people can't do that to get to know an audience today. It's what you had to do 20 years ago to get an audience. Today, we can do this.
Yes.
This is the new book reading of the 21st century, for good or for bad.
Yes.
So next week, we're going to do 5 90-minute classes on really getting people to think about how they can get themselves and their family in the top 1% of earners on the planet.
And rule number 10, the last one before some very special bonus clips, is go big.
I see 10X branding everywhere, not just in your conferences. I feel like it has become part of your branding. What does 10X represent?
Well, 10X was a discovery I made in 2008 when the economy crashed. I went from having some money, some net worth, to like 2008, literally I thought I was going to lose everything. We had a baby on the way. I was embarrassed that I'd put my family in this situation. I didn't have anything to do with the mortgage crisis, yet it pulled everything with it. It was like everybody
got affected.
Dude, everybody. It did. It didn't matter who you were. So I went and sat in my office and said, how did I do this? Like anytime I have a problem, first thing I look at, after blaming everyone, I look at what did I do? The one thing I didn't do right was I kept hearing this thing, too big to fail, too big to fail. And I'm like, bro, they're telling you, be too big to fail. I was too small. I should have scaled. I needed to be bigger. My wife says, well, what are we going to do different next time? And I'm like, and when she says, what are we going to do different? That means she's going to be the cheerleader and I'm going to go do it, right? And, which is cool. I need that partnership. And I said, next time this happens, I will have 10 times the debt, 10 times the assets, and 10 times the companies. Today, I owe $2 billion. I don't have 3 companies. I have 17. We have 100 times more people to talk to. at least 100 times, maybe 1,000 times, a bigger audience. And we're in 25 verticals, not 2. So 10X basically is scale. You got to get big. You don't have a choice. If you want to survive on this planet without worrying every second of every day, you got to get big, or you got to get a partner. You got to be with a partner that's ready to scale. I am an extremely hard individual, okay? I know what it takes to be in the position I'm in. It is not easy, okay? I have paid attention for 30 years to everything when it comes in and when it goes out and where it goes. And whether or not this energy that came in or the energy I put out, hey, does it actually pay me so that I can produce something in the future? Okay? Anybody can have this much success in life. To string it together for 32 years, never have a bankruptcy, never not pay a debt, never, ever, okay, walk away from something I didn't know. It is very, very difficult. Going out, knocking on a door, making some money, getting a sale, great. Winning a case in court, great, okay. Getting a degree at college, good, you can do that, okay. Anybody can do all that stuff. To string together 30 years and be able to survive recessions, okay. I am an extremely intelligent person when it comes to money, okay. We're the most resilient people on the planet. I mean, except for maybe Persians. Okay. I mean, really, Persians are unbelievable people. Okay. Okay. And the Romans were pretty successful. Okay. But you notice if you look at those civilizations, man, Persian, Rome, look, there was a time when they had everything. They had it all, and they lost it because they started making mistakes. They started thinking, oh, well, we'll go on forever. We don't have to be diligent. We don't have to pay attention. We don't have to do the right things, okay? You are on a ship. You're on the same ship I'm on, okay? I own the ship, but guess what? It won't matter. It won't matter when the ship goes through rough waters. Hey, your stomach's gonna feel the same as mine. I'm not the only one that is scared in these waters. I just know I ain't getting off the ship. For you actually could say, I'm gonna get off. I can't get off. You understand? This is my ship. Okay, my ship's gonna finish this trip. I did 35 years of this. I guarantee you, I will die on this ship. Okay? And I will find other places to go adventure and other places to have victories and other civilizations to meet. Okay? This is my trip. And if you want to be on it with me for the whole ride, you can be. You can get off anytime you want to. Probably half of you will at some point get off and say, I'm done here. I got that, man. We'll pull into port one day. We'll drop the, what's that thing? Anchor. We'll drop the anchor. Well, hopefully you don't get off on the gangwalk. The gangwalk means we push you off. Hopefully you wait till we get to port and then you get off and then you walk off into the village and you get some woman in the village pregnant and you settle down there and you become a new civilization. Whatever. It's what we used to do, man. It used to be cool. Okay? Can you imagine back in that time? Hey, new place. Let's go visit the people. Hey, are we going to be here in the future? Well, 1,000%. Are we going to do another 10X Growth Conference? Guarantee you. Okay? I mean, if I'm not going to do another one of those, I'm not doing I'm done. I need to go home, get on a ship and travel around and not come back to work anymore. Are you going to buy more real estate? Oh, for 100% sure. So you're not going to stop this brand and the desire people have. And my mission is to help people. So, and I cannot do this by myself. Every one of you is needed. Okay, but I need you right now to lean into this thing. Your job depends on what you do every day. Your job depends on it. Okay, not your job with me. Your job, period, on this planet depends on how much you take your shoulder and put it against a wheel and push and get a product. Okay, for us, this products are, people know about Grant Cardone. People know about our webinars. People know about our opportunities. People know about our books. I need you to do more than your job. I'm already paying you to do your job. Okay? You're not going to get a bonus if you don't do more than your job. I'm just telling you. I will not get a bonus if I don't do more than my job. Kevin Hart will not get a bonus if he don't finish that movie. If the tickets don't sell, Kevin Hart will not get the bonus. You have the MLB baseball players for the Marlins. They do not get paid this year if there is no season. You understand that? They don't like, oh, I'll get my check anyway. You didn't play, bro. Okay? If I get hurt in the NFL and I don't play, I don't get paid. That's the real world. So when I hear the numbers in the morning, sometimes you guys don't see me there, because when I hear we got 100 licensees, I'm like, God damn, we should have 10,000. And everybody in this room should have sold one and got a commission on it. So again, if you're in shipping, Sherry told me somebody in shipping that, I'm like, why is that person in shipping? How can that person live on $16 an hour? Or $20 an hour? We took them down from 20. How can you live on $20 an hour? In Miami. Okay? I'm not gonna pay any more for the position. How can you make sense of it? I don't understand that. Like, there's all this other stuff we have to sell, man. Every time I meet somebody, you come into my boot camp, come into my webinar, you got my book, you got this program, you got a wristband, okay? How about a t-shirt? Like every time I talk to somebody, I'm like, why don't you grab one of my things, because I know that drives a little bit of exchange. Once he gives me money, he has a relationship with me. The moment he gives me money, we actually complete the relationship. It is only then, okay, you guys that are on Natalie's team, you can call and talk to these people and help them as much as you want. You're not actually having a relationship when you just help. When they exchange back with you, you complete the help cycle, okay? They have to give you something for the help, otherwise it's a handout. And nobody wants a handout, except people that have given up and lost self-respect of themselves. Nobody wants a handout. They want a little, hey, come on, but they'll resent me if I keep giving them a handout. So remember, when they say, hey, I want something, make sure they give you something back, okay? So that we can complete that relationship or start one, and we can start actually doing business with one another. Have you ever seen how people talk about different days of the week? Like, oh man, I hate Mondays, or Wednesday's hump day, or hey, thank God it's Friday, or my God, I can't wait till the weekend. When you hear people say things like Monday's this, I hate it, Wednesday's hump day, oh my God, I can't wait till the weekend, you are talking to people that, whether they know it or not, are unproductive people. Unproductive first in their minds, limiting their potential and their ability to produce at higher levels, because they are basically taking 4 days of the week and throwing them away. I hate Mondays. Wednesday's hump day. No, Wednesday ain't hump day, dude. Wednesday is the 4th day of the week. First of all, most people don't know zilch about the days of the week. Sunday's the first day, not the last day. Monday's the 2nd day. Tuesday's the 3rd day. 4th day is Wednesday. The 5th day is Thursday. Friday's the 6th day. And Saturday is the finish of the week. Otherwise, you don't know what you're talking about, okay? And you can't waste any of them. You only have a handful. Most people don't even know how many Sundays they have, but they talk about their weekends being the greatest time of their life. And the truth is, most people just get in trouble on the weekends, okay? What am I telling you here? I'm telling you this. You got to start paying attention to your time, your thoughts, your ideas, and you got to start paying attention to the people that are around you and what they think. If the people you hang with hate Mondays, you're not going to be very productive on Mondays. Would you agree? If Wednesdays is a day named after camels and you don't live in the desert, you're just freaking confused. And if the weekend is the only thing you got cherished, boom, you need to blow your brains out, because your life is going to be long, ugly, and unproductive.
Saving money is only good for banks. I've been saying this to people for a decade. Saving money is basically a bank's program to keep you imprisoned to the banks. Banks don't save money. They convince the American public to save money. And when they do, the bank then calls a guy like me up and says, hey, Elijah's saving money over here like an idiot, and then brings the money to Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citibank. He dropped it off with us. Would you like to borrow it, Mr. Cardone? Like, they're not even keeping your money. They're lending it out tens of times. People need to quit saving money. They need to quit planning for retirement. They need to invest money back into themselves, their business, and their household to produce more income. And I'm talking about 2nd, 3rd, and 4th flows of income. I'm not talking about investing in the stock market, retirement accounts, much less investing in crypto. People need to invest only in things where they don't lose their money, and that income they earned provides them with a second income, because they're investing their hard-earned dollars not in consumer items, but investments that will pay pay them cash flow. Cash flow is the holy grail. Cash is garbage. It's a fiat. It's a complete mythology that cash is worth anything. It's not. But most American families keep trying to hustle money and then save it, only to find out it goes down in value, buys less and less each year, and they never get ahead.
When I was a kid, when I was growing up, the guy that knew how to take care of his environment was my dad. I was 8 years old, and man, this dude controlled everything in this environment. And he left early for work, he came home late. Took care of his family. He never gave anybody a lecture about what to do. He was a good example. And he had the money and he made the money. We were middle class family, so we were like little red brick house, white brick house, about 1,400 square feet, 7 people lived in it. And my dad, I could tell my dad was trying to get somewhere. He was trying to move us up. He was trying, and he wasn't trying to brag. He was trying to take care of. And so I was watching that, right? And I watched where this guy, he's the one that made the decision where we went, how long we stayed. And I started associating that. The money maker makes the rules. This is what Elena was talking about. You know, there's around the money, I make the rules around the money. Around other things, Elena makes the rules. So you got to know what you're good at, what your job is, and what your role is. My dad and my mom knew their roles. Problem with that is when my dad died suddenly at 52 years old, my mom was left to do something she was not skilled up to do. And I was 10 and I didn't know how to help my mom. And my dad left a little bit of insurance money from the life insurance or the death insurance. Better, it's really called death insurance. Just can't sell it if they call it that. And my mom didn't know how long that money would last. So immediately after my dad died, when my mom should have been in grief, she went immediately into massive fear. And I could see it, I could sense it as a 10-year-old. My mom was in fear every day. Clipping coupons, saving money, turn the lights off, eat all your food. It was constant messages. Go across town to get gas, like everything. You can't buy strawberries today. They'll be 20 cents cheaper tomorrow. Everything was about fear. And so I couldn't do anything about it, or didn't think I could do anything about it. And I just kept telling myself, one day I'm gonna be in a position to change this. And I think that really drives me today to take care of people, not be in that situation again.
This concept of work, that the wealthy don't work hard. I hear this constantly. Rich people don't work hard. Rich people work smart. That you got to be kidding, right? Rich people take all the vacations. It's not true. Rich people don't take all the vacation. The vacation industry literally is built off the middle class, not the wealthy. Now, you might not like this concept, but I'm going to tell you the truth. This is a report that just recently came out, okay? One of the most controversial issues surrounding inequality is work effort. This is a concept of why do the rich get richer and those people that don't have or don't have enough keep sliding down the scale. And that's what I do in these grant rants is I'm talking to the middle class about, look, do you see it disappearing? It's going away, okay? The middle class is getting erased. I came from the middle class and I see what's happening to it. What we used 20 or 30 years ago or 40 years ago to build a middle class is not working for us today. For instance, work hard, okay? You see there's this concept that no, you don't need to work hard, you just need to work smart. If you work smart, get the right connections, you'll get rich. That's not true. This is what it says in this article. I found this in the Wealth Report. Do the wealthy work harder than the rest? You might want to Google it. A new study offers evidence that higher education and therefore higher earning
okay? Americans do indeed spend more time working and less time on leisure than poorer income groups, okay? It's been validated in this study. It says, in fact, while income inequality may be growing, which it is, leisure inequality, time spent on enjoyment, okay, time spent on enjoyment is growing in a mirror image. What is that saying? People that are actually making less money and less wealth are actually spending more time in leisure. Why? Because of myths. You were taught a myth. You were taught this concept of enjoy my life. You know, I got to enjoy my life. I need to enjoy the day. The wealthy don't think like that. I'm telling you, the most successful people don't think about enjoying life. I got to enjoy. They think about luxury, man. They think about the big bang. They think about the big, big win, not the little 2-day vacation. What they do is they'll suffer their whole life so that they can go on vacation later when there's wealth for 2 and 3 months at a time. You get it? Work hard, okay? Work hard. It is a myth that you're not going to work hard. I'm working harder today than I ever have in my life. Most people only work hard enough that they're always working. You get it? Most people only work so hard that they feel like they're always slaves. Remember this. Anytime you feel like a slave, you've let somebody else be your master. Do you know what I'm talking about? Junk. People buy junk. People go on vacations. People waste time, and they don't have any money. Don't let that be you.
Who in the room likes sales? You're like, I just love. You love it? Okay, stay away from this man. Keep your kids away from him. Stay away from him, okay? It's a whack job right here, okay? Anybody that likes sales, he only likes it because he's good at it. Because there was a time when he didn't like it. Nobody naturally likes approaching a person, presenting a product, asking them to buy it. Like everybody gets uncomfortable, right? So one trick, I thought that was the whole trick in business. Like I got to go out and sell something. That's not the trick. You need to build a business. And everybody in here is a business. She is a business. Her job is to get attention for her brand, discover her brand, clarify her brand. Yeah, that's my brand. Don't be stealing on my brand. But she could ride. She's collaborating with me when she does that. She's collaborating with a brand. We invited you here so we could collaborate with you. How many of you went to our conference here in Miami? Okay. Oh, a few of you, okay. There's 35,000 people there. 35,000. I had more people in Marlins Stadium than the Marlins can put in their stadium. The Marlins and the Dolphins. That just shows you how important success is. Right? Some of you were going to go to the game this Sunday. You're like, I ain't going. I wouldn't go here, much less New York, right? So, because nobody wants to be around losers. Like, bottom line. So you got to get yourselves, it's easy to talk about the Dolphins, right? Okay, but you got to get yourself in a position where you're winning, folks. You know, there was a time in my life where I didn't want to be around me. I knew I had this much potential, and I was delivering like right here. I didn't like me, I hated me. Same thing when I started having a business. My business had 3 or 4 employees. I didn't like that about me because I knew I should have more employees. Earn some power, earn the right to have some power, some responsibility, keep the power, okay, and save and multiply it. You want to multiply it. You don't want to hoard it. It's not about keeping it to keep it for yourself. It's about how do I now multiply it. This is what your mom and dad said. This is what my mom and dad didn't know. They knew how to keep it. They did not know how to multiply stuff. Okay, that's why with most of your, if I'm right about you in this audience, just from looking at you, judging you a little bit, is you were probably brought up the way I was. Eat all your food. How many were taught that? 3 times a day. Eat it all, eat it all, eat it all. If you didn't eat it all, put it in the refrigerator. You're like, look, I didn't want it hot. I'm not going to want it tomorrow. I don't want this. This is done. No, save it. Somebody somewhere starving. Somebody somewhere. And I'm like, dude, like you guys, go back to your refrigerator tonight. See if you're not affected by this. Open your refrigerator and look in and see how much shit that you, see how much stuff, from Jared. See how much stuff that you're saving that you don't want to eat. The only reason you're saving stuff you don't want is because you're worried about earning more, period. Then I want you to walk to your closet, just a little exercise, go to your closet, open your closet, and I want you to look at shoes, pants, slacks, jackets that you haven't worn in years. Probably don't even fit you, but you refuse to throw them away. I gotta save it. I gotta save it, because you're worried about earning
enough money to pay for more stuff. Because you know in your heart of hearts, you know that mechanism for you is broken. You have to fix this. You have a responsibility to fix it. So you can do nothing tonight, okay? It will not get better. You can go do it on your own. Most of you look like you've had enough time. How old are you, sir? 40. He's had enough time. At 41, dude, if you ain't fixed it at 41, whatever data you have has got you in that chair. And that's what I know about myself. I have to change. For me to change, I have to change. And for the most part, that doesn't mean I need to do more. It means I need new information.
So when we wrote the 10X rule, I mean, all the books that I write for me. I'm not writing for you, okay? Somebody else gets something out of it, good. I write the book, sit down. It's a way for me to hey, what do I have to do to go to the next place? I'm not trying to sell a book to make money. There's no money in selling a book. You get 15 cents to sell a book. It's stupid, right? So Elena's finishing a book right now. Now she realizes how dumb it is. Because it's hard. So when we wrote the 10X rule, our advertising budget was almost nothing, almost zero. We'll spend $12+ million this year in advertising. When I wrote the 10X rule, the company was doing about 600 grand a year. This year we'll do 150 million bucks. So would you spend $12 million, thank you, would you spend $12 million to make $150 million a year? Okay, the first $3 or $4 million is not gonna get you the explosion, and it's probably not gonna happen in year one. Okay, you start spending that kind of money, you do need employees. You need people answering the telephone. You need people on websites. You need people building landing pages. You need graphics. Okay, anybody thinking different right now? Anybody right now thinking, hey dude, I gotta swell up here. Some of you spend more time in the gym than you do on your financial statement. And some of you spend too much time at the movie. What are you doing? I want to spend time on my financial statement. What part of that financial statement do I want to spend time on? Top line, okay? How many treasury people here? Finance people, treasury, accountants, CFOs? Raise your hand if you are. Congratulations for being here, okay? Let me see your hand again. If you're CFO, treasury, finance, okay, good. How many of you do not have a finance person with you here today? Dude, you need to get those people here. They're holding your company back. They're brakes. They sit on brakes. We shouldn't spend that much money. Is Susan here today, Sherry? Okay, good. Susan's the I'm glad she's not here. She'll hear this from my people, okay? So Susan is a financial person, and she works in my real estate division, and once a week we have a meeting. And yesterday she was in my office, and she's like, if we do this and this and this, we're not gonna be able to do this and this. I said, dude, look, I didn't ask you for that. You're the finance person. You're not the entrepreneur here. You let me figure out how to pick it and how to make it work. You just report the numbers, tell me if there's any outness, keep everything clean, keep it ethical. You ain't the business person here. Finance is not business. Right? So who gave you your business advice? Where are you getting it from? I don't get it from somebody that's conservative. You understand? I'm not going to give it from somebody that's in conservation mode. Conservation is a tone level. It is a tone. It was like, I want to protect things. You have kids. You don't have kids, and then you have kids. Does it change you? You immediately go into conservation. Okay? A woman, she's a freak. She's a total freak. Everybody knows she's a freak. She has a kid, she pulls it back in. She's like, oh, can't be a freak anymore, man. Elena, I'm talking about my wife. Total freak. Has a kid, turns into a Republican. Starts dressing nice. And now she starts conserving. She's trying to protect. You understand? Somebody doesn't have any money. You give them a couple $1 million, they're going to go into conservation mode or they're going to go broke. You have to go into conservation mode first. But if you stay in conservation mode, if you're taking notes, you want to write this down. If you stay in conservation mode, you will lose it all.
This is the secret of the successful people. This is what I've committed my life to doing. I told my mom when I was 16 years old, one day I'm going to be successful, and one day I'm going to help a lot of people. I always say this, pay the price today so you can pay any price in the future. My buddies were traveling, seeing the world, and I didn't have any of those experiences. I've had people tell me, hey, you market too much, you market too aggressively. My office tells me we hit the list too much. Look, I've been ridiculed by my peers, by customers, and by competition. I've been judged for working too much, wanting too much, being too colorful, being inappropriate, insensitive, and too out there. I'm trying to figure it out. I've been threatened, I've been sued, I've been betrayed by friends, I've been ripped off, and I've been copied. I've been married 15 years to Elena. Not one time has she ever said, you work too much. Not one time. She has never said to me, what are you doing getting home so late? She knows what I'm doing. I'm trying to get to 10x levels. It's probably going to be 30 years for you to doubt, uncertainty, insecurities, rejection. If anybody thinks you're going to be successful without paying that price, you're wrong.
I threw that addiction thing I had into my work. I started picking different people in my life. I got rid of everybody that was there. One of the hardest things that people can do. If you want to elevate, you got to eliminate. And I just made a list of everybody I needed out of my life, and they were liabilities. I still do this today. I assess who's a liability and who's an asset in my life. It does not matter how much I care for you. It does not matter what your last name is. It don't matter if I was born with you. You're my sister, my mother, my brother, my daddy, my uncle, my aunt, or my best friend. If you are a liability to yourself and me, I'm cutting you. Like I don't do barbecues with people that are liabilities. You can't pay your own bills, I don't spend time with you. You're sick all the time, I don't spend time with you. You cheating on your husband, I don't spend time with you. I don't spend time with anybody that are treasonous or liability. And it doesn't matter. But we could have been cool for 5 years, and all of a sudden something happens to you. Clint was good for 5 years, and then something happened, and Clint starts doing stupid stuff. I'm like, bro, time out. Me and you going to take a time out. I treat my friends and my family like the NBA or the MLB or the NFL. You're not performing, you're cut from the team. And it's one of the most important policies of my life.
Most people don't know how to create money, okay? The most important thing about money and getting what you want is not to have the money, it's to create the things you want. Live where you want, have the expansion you want, the views you want, go where you want. Number one, you have to know how to make it. Most people don't know how to make money. Number two, fewer people know how to keep it. That's discipline. You got to have discipline, and you're not going to have discipline if you don't have goals. Why would I keep money if my goals are either perverted, short-sighted, or maybe too small, okay? So you got to have monster goals, and that's going to create the discipline necessary to keep what you went out and earned. And number three, then you got to figure out how to multiply it. Okay. Now, you don't need to figure out how to multiply it. When I was 25 years old and I'm broke, I didn't need to work on multiplying it. I didn't even need to work on keeping it because I didn't have any. In the very beginning, from the age of 25 to 35, all I did was work on, particularly in the first 3 or 4 years, all I worked on was, how do I learn how to sell? Man, that thing is bright. How do I learn how to sell? How do I learn how to market? How do I learn how to promote? How do I learn how to handle people's objections? I'm talking about basic stuff. I am not here to satisfy you. I am not here so you like, oh, Grant, I like him. I don't care if you like me or not, man. I want to move a handful of people in the room to go from 400 grand a year to start thinking about, how do I make 4 million? Big boy right over here, popping out. What'd you make last year? What'd you gross last year? 2.7. How does anybody live on $2.7 million a year? You need to make it impossible, dude. I can't, my plane eats $2.7 million a year. This dude needs to think different. He's running out of time, man. You guys all in the room, man, you're running out of time. You're in a space that is so frothy with opportunity, it's unbelievable. You're making sense of less than you can get. This is my mama. My mama saying, I love you, boy, just the way you are. Mama, I made $10 million on one deal. That's great. But son, I love you just the way you are. I'm like,
I don't love me just the way I am, because I'm doing deals where I know I could make 100. Okay, how many of you in the room are operating below your potential? Let me see a hand. If you know you're operating below your potential, man, please tell me you're operating. How many of you, let me see a hand again, if you're operating below your potential? Okay, your finances should indicate that. Your finances are a way to tell the truth about who you are, your space. Like if you're an Uber driver and you're making $2.7 million a year, pat on the back. You're in this space making $2.7 million a year? Come on, man. Your company's doing what, $2 billion? $2 billion, and you guys aren't getting it all. Would you say that you're not getting it all?
We got a lot of room.
A lot of room. He's telling me he's in the first innings of his game. So I'm like, hey, what do I need to do? Let's say 400 is the number. Then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to 10x that. And I'm going to build a business plan for $4 million. And I'm going to quit thinking that I got to do a 4-minute mile. I'm going to quit thinking about the physical universe. What can I do to produce $4 million worth of income? Is it here? Is it outside of here? Is it here and outside of here? How many customers would I need? This is what my goal for you today is, to leave here and say, dude, I ain't satisfied. Okay? I want to raise the numbers on this room. So the next time there's 75 people here and everybody adds a 0 to your income. Oh, by the way, if you love yourself at 400 grand, mama, if you love your son just the way he is at 400, would you love me a little more if I add a 0? No, she couldn't love me anymore. It wasn't up to her to love me. It was up to me to love what I'm doing every day. Right? You guys are showing up, you're working your ass off every day, right or wrong? How many of you are making calls every day? You're like, I do not want to make this call, and you make it anyway. Good, then get paid for it. Get paid some real money for it, man. Okay? Get paid some real money, just add a 0. How many calls would I have to make? Is this even possible? He's doing part of it. He told me he's not tapped into all of it. He's hitting 70% of that number. If everybody walked out of here and said, hey, I'm gonna build a $4 million plan. I'm gonna tell you a little game I play. I got 14 little companies. I run 14 little companies while I'm doing deals, while I'm speaking to you today, right? I'm still running them in my head right now. I got them all open. I got browsers open all over the place. Counselor said, you got ADD. I said, I ain't got ADD. I don't know how to add. I multiply. I'm done adding. I'm done adding a customer. I want to multiply customers. I don't want to add orders. I want to multiply my orders, okay? I consider myself a decent salesperson. But it doesn't matter if you're a great salesperson. If you don't add business to the sale, if you don't become a business person, you can't build out zeros. Because you're going to hit a place where they can't pay you anymore, right or wrong. You got to start thinking about being a business inside the business. How do I add zeros? How do I grow the top line of my business? Okay. So today I'm thinking, man, I'm going to build a $10 billion business. I just go into it backwards. I'm going to build a $10 billion business. I'm going to take the 14 little things that I have, probably get down to 3 or 4 of them. How do I build 10 billion? I know the money's on the planet. Say yay if you agree there's $10 billion on planet Earth. Dude, you could suck $10 billion off planet Earth today and they wouldn't even give you, you wouldn't even make the paper. I just got to think different, and I can't compare it to my upbringing. What are you going to do? When are you going to start doing it? This isn't about a convention, a conference. It's not about enthusiasm. Do you need to smile? Yeah, you need to smile. You need to smile like you're crazy. You need to smile when you're not winning. Okay? But you need to do something, folks, and you need to do it 10 times, and then 100 times, and then 1,000 times. And if you do it enough times, you're going to win. You're going to get to sit wherever you want in life, on whatever plane seat, whatever hotel you want to be at. Stay as long as you want. Come and go as you want. If you don't want to go, you're like, dude, just cancel the plans. But we're inside of 24 hours. They're going to keep our money. Keep it. I can get some more. It wasn't even mine. Okay? The money I got in my pocket right now. Nope. See, Elena's got it all. The money Elena has in her purse was somebody else's money. See, but we're taught that there's a shortage and there's scarcity and you don't have any. All you have to do is be willing to call somebody,
talk to somebody, make contact. If it's not getting you the result, tweak the contact and increase the calls. And by the way, if you don't want to do two things, don't tweak and just increase the calls. If I call enough people, I can say anything I want to say. Okay, if you're taking notes, write this down. No one thing will ever blow a prospect. No one thing will ever blow a prospect. There's nothing you can say that will mess a deal up. Not one thing.
People should just start journaling how many times they're making commitments in their life and what needs to be juggled. By the way, something always has to be given up. There's so much that has to be surrendered to get something else, like Game Changer, your t-shirt. For me to wear that shirt, I'd have to either take this one off or put yours on top of it, but something would have to change. And Peter, there's so many people out there that are talking about it. Man, here we are at the beginning of the year. I want to lose weight. I want to add muscle. I want a better relationship. I want the right girl. If you want the right girl, you can't keep going to the same strip joint. Okay? If you want to quit drinking alcohol, you got to quit going to the bar. If you don't want to smoke any more weed and you think it's slowing you down, then you got to quit going to the medicinal place, picking it up, lying to people that you got something wrong with you when there's nothing wrong with you, right? If you want to act like you're a superhero, quit parking in the handicap zone. I used to do that. I'm like, I'm going to get me one of those stickers so I can park in the handicap zone. And somebody said, bro, you're going to tell people that you're handicapped? Like you're going to advertise that you're handicapped? Even if you are, you wouldn't want that freaking piece of paper. Right? And the guy looked at me and says, why don't you just park in the fire zone, bro? If you're in that much of a hurry, park out there and let the car get towed away. I said, that's some good shit, dog. Put yourself in a position where they can tow your car away and you can get it back. You see what I'm saying? So everybody's got to give something up. When I studied, and this is really, really important for everybody, you guys start studying successful people. If you want to be a salesman the rest of your life and live off commissions the rest of your life, great. Study the best salespeople out there. But I'm going to tell you something. If you want to make your life easier, start figuring out how to scale your sales. And the way to scale your sales is through marketing. I'd rather have 10 people buy from me than have to sell one person. Yeah. I don't want the hard sale anymore. I want the easy sales. And this isn't about I don't mind working hard. I know how to work hard, but I don't want to work hard every day. Yeah. I'd like to work more at collecting more fruit that wants to fall off the tree, the easy sales. And marketing is the only way to make sales easy. Word tracks do not make the sale easier. I mean, they'll make it better. It'll handle an objection. Follow-up, tremendous follow-up will almost guarantee you a sale. But in between the follow-up, if you want to speed up your sales cycle, for instance, if you're in a sales cycle that typically is very, very long, the only way to make that sales cycle shorter is through marketing and trust. And marketing is the only thing that builds trust. It's not what you say, or how you dress. It is the frequency at which you show up in people's ideas or thoughts. It's called omnipresence. And we'll teach you how to do that in January.
Because you made it this far in a video, I want to celebrate you. Most people start and don't finish. Most people never actually follow through. Most people say they want something, but they don't ever do the work to actually get it. But you're different. You are special. Believe Nation, you made it here all the way to the end, and I love you. So as a special celebration, if you put a hashtag believe down in the comments below on this video, I will showcase you and celebrate you somewhere on the screen in a future video because you are awesome. For 10 more amazing rules from Robert Kiyosaki, check the video right there next to me. I think you'll love it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
And sales equals income. So back in 1974, my dad wanted me to go to the University of Hawaii and get my PhD. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to learn how to sell. He was upset. He said, salesmen are crooks.